Thank you. So again, so nice to see everybody again. I had such a great time at the retreat in January, and I'm still kind of like on a high from it because you guys just had so much energy and excitement for this position. So I feel like we're going to accomplish a lot in the next few months. And I'm already seeing a lot of progress happening with you guys as groups. You guys have been coming to me with questions. So let's keep that momentum going. I would like to go around and introduce ourselves one more time, what program you're with, and maybe something that you're looking forward to for spring. So I will go first. Obviously, Elise with the MCSC, and I am really looking forward to Easter because when I was little, we always did like an Easter basket hunt, and it took us like all morning to find where our Easter baskets were. And I'm really excited to be able to do that for my son this year, and have him start that tradition as well. So I will pop it over to Antoine.
Hey y'all, nice to see everyone. Antoine Edson, recruitment and career specialist. The thing I'm looking forward to this spring is getting on my bike and riding some trails by myself to get away from everybody. Just sometimes you need some isolation time. So that's it. I will pop it over to sensational Cynthia. You got to unmute, Cynthia.
See, I'm so used to talking, I just talk. I'm Cynthia Abel. I am with AmeriCorps serving in Detroit at Brilliant Detroit. Oh, spring. Just sunshine, flowers, green grass, watching my sister do my yard. And I will pop it over to Shanavia.
Good morning, everybody, or afternoon. I'm assuming that the question is what we look for. Well, I'm Shanavia Clayton. I serve at AmeriCorps, AmeriCorps in Southwest Detroit at Southwest Solutions. And what I look forward to in the spring is hopefully gaining some new life because of the sun, because I need the sun to come alive. So I'm looking forward to the warm. And I don't know who has went and who hasn't, but I'm gonna pop it over.
Well, I'm here.
to whoever that is.
This is Ty. This is Ty. I'm working with a brand new setup. So you see a picture of the window that's looking at the parking lot. Eventually, I don't know. My tech name is Dinosaur. So, I just may talk with you. May not be able to see me right now, but I'm listening and I'm here with the group. Oh, what was the question?
What you're looking forward to for spring, and then popcorn it to somebody else.
Okay, for spring, I'm looking for sunshine and heat. For spring, the flowers, the bird. We already got birds. Just to be outside, warm and that kind of thing. Meeting with people. Uh, just happiness, total happiness. That's what I'm looking for. Now, as far as popcorn, who I can popcorn to? Who hasn't?
Almost anyone.
Whom?
Almost anyone.
Oh, okay. How about is that Daniela? Thank you.
Hello, my name is Daniela. I am the Food Corps service member rep. I work out of East Jordan and Petoskey. And the thing that I am most excited for in spring is just being able to go back out and forage. And by that, I mean go to like all of the like Michigan lakes and all of that, and finding Petoskey stones and just doing my little woodsy foraging girl thing. Like it's every female's inclination to just go out and forage. And I love to just go on hikes and whatnot and see all the beautiful shrubbery and not just the dead trees. Because up here it's not quite cold enough to go skiing. I mean, it is, but like the snow keeps melting and it's just kind of weird. So I was looking forward to that in winter, but I've only been skiing once. It's only prompted me or allowed me to. So I'm definitely looking forward to color again. And then I will popcorn to Jess.
Did you ski at the retreat?
No, I didn't. I didn't. I think David was the only one who did, right? Yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm Jess. I'm in Holland at Community Action House, on the street outreach team, and I am just looking forward to going to the beach. I'll pretty much do that if the sun is out. So going to the beach and just getting to relax. Popcorn, Janicia.
Hello, I'm Janicia. I'm the AmeriCorps Vista member at MCAN in Lansing. And in terms of what I'm looking forward to in springtime, I would say sunshine, consistent sunshine, hopefully. And yeah, let's see. I will give it to Kyra.
Sorry, I didn't hear the popcorn.
Ira, if you can hear us, it's for you. But if you need a minute, we can popcorn to somebody else. Uh-oh. We may be having technical difficulties. We'll have to come back to her.
Yeah. Let's see. Isla then.
So I'm Isla. I serve with the Ingham County Health Department in Lansing as a AmeriCorps Vista leader. And the thing I'm looking forward most to this spring, I will be starting to volunteer with my local nature centers to work on vernal pool monitoring. So I'll be going around looking for like little salamanders and shrimp and things like that that are just existing in the puddles in the woods of Michigan. And then I'm also doing monarch butterfly care. Like we're going to be planting a bunch of milkweed and then taking the eggs and kind of cultivating them. And I will throw it to Maddie M.
Hi guys, I apologize for my mic being off. I'm really sick right now and I do not look the best. But I'm here. So I'm Maddie. My program is through the health department, through the state program. And what I'm excited for this spring is graduation, which is less than 2 months away. So yeah. And then has Tyler gone yet? Okay, I'll pop it over to Tyler then.
Cool. So my name is Tyler. I am serving with Leelanau Conservancy. I represent the Huron Pines AmeriCorps program. And what I'm excited for, kind of what Isla said, I'm excited for vernal pool monitoring, mainly because that's when the salamanders and the frogs, like spring peepers, come out. So I'm pretty excited to start doing that. We'll pass it to Elvin.
Hi, my name is Alvin Williams. I'm currently serving with AmeriCorps in Lansing as an economic opportunity coach. And I'm looking forward this spring to my garden. I'm going to be planting strawberries and many other things. So now popcorn it to Let's see. Let's do Messiah.
My name is Masai. I am currently serving on the north side of Flint at the Urban Renaissance Center as part of the media team. And I think the main part I am looking forward to is just the weather lightening up and people wanting to get out. So that gives more opportunities for me to work on my camera and videography. And I am having a bit of technical difficulties between my cellular AT&T stuff and being in the building. So please bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. Don't know if you guys can even hear me right now.
We can totally hear you
Yeah.
and totally understand.
Hey, all right. I appreciate you guys.
Is there anyone you want to popcorn it to?
I can popcorn it to my main man, Austin.
Awesome.
Okay. Sounds good, Masai. Hey everybody, this is Austin Shepard here. I represent Special Olympics Michigan AmeriCorps. I currently serve with the Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan. Like I told you kind of during our sort of quick presentations, we have a few members. Right now it's myself over at the Mental Health Foundation. We have somebody that's serving at the Down Syndrome Association of West Michigan, and we have a whole bunch of members that are serving in the main Special Olympics Michigan organization doing semi-fit programming, young athletes programming, developmental sports, and so forth. And you might even be able to see, I'm inside our Mental Health Foundation office, so you might be able to see some of our logos behind me there. What am I looking forward to most for spring? Man, I want to see some 80-degree temperatures at the end of March. Not unheard of. I remember when I was 12 years old, we had some 80-degree temperatures in March. And so I think it'd be cool. Another thing I'm passionate about, I enjoy birding. So going out looking for different bird species. So I might try to get back into that this spring somehow. And then I also play this sport called goalball, which is a sport for blind and vision impaired individuals. 3 goalies against 3 goalies. And we're going to be playing in a tournament in Atlanta in May. I'm actually on a kind of semi-pro team. So really looking forward to traveling with the team and getting to compete for a national championship. So those are just some of the things I'm looking forward to. Can you all hear me? Who can I popcorn to? I'm going to popcorn it to Madison G.
Hi everyone. I'm on my phone because my laptop isn't working right now, but I am from the Wayne State Climate Ready program. Sorry, I'm in the office right now, so it's kind of loud. But yeah, what am I looking forward to for spring? I'm looking forward to being able to like exercise outside, like jog outside, walk outside more, spend more time doing exercise and not like forcing myself to leave my house in general. And then popcorning. Let's see. I'm gonna do Jakara.
Hello, everyone. Me and Lillian's here too because her computer's broke. I have no camera. Her computer's broke, so it's me and Lillian. My name is Jakara. We're both serving with the AmeriCorps Urban Safety Program. Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to finding out what's on the magazine cover. Who cares what was it, a dolphin or an alligator or a crocodile or something? I want to know that stuff. Okay. Hey.
I'm looking forward for my birthday. I'm a spring baby, so that's what I'm looking forward to for spring.
If we have time at the end, we will go over all of those for you.
Yeah, appreciate it, girl.
Hold on, we have some technical difficulties, guys. We're gonna popcorn it to who didn't go yet? Tegan.
Hello, I'm Tegan. I serve with Cherry Health AmeriCorps on their communications team, and I'm looking forward to spring because I'm going to attempt my own cut flower garden and like veggie garden. So hopefully it goes well. And go to who hasn't gone? Everyone?
It's just Megan.
Oh, just Megan.
And Jason.
And Kyra.
And Kyra.
Oh.
Oh, and Kyra. Yeah. Does Kyra, you want to go?
Sorry, I thought I did. I guess I was on mute. So, oh shoot, can y'all hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay, I represent City of Detroit, in Detroit, Michigan. I'm looking forward to also to going outside, running, going similar to Chikara, or just exercising, being outside without the cold and stuff. And I guess I'll popcorn it to Jason.
Hey everyone, I'm Jason Alexander. I'm the communications director for the commission, and I'll be talking to you about some things we can share here shortly. But spring, love spring. I love a good warm St. Patrick's Day. So I'm hoping for a warm one there where I can have a couple Irish beers and I make my own corned beef and then have corned beef hash the next day, which is even better. And so I view it as the unofficial start to spring kind of. So I'm looking forward to having fun there.
Nice, Jason. I didn't know that. I've known you for 10 years now. That sounds fun. Hi all, Megan Forsman. I'm one of the program officers at the commission, and I am looking forward to my sister and her 4 kiddos are coming for a visit. They live in Missouri and we don't get to see them very often, but I and my daughter especially are very excited for some good sister and for her cousin time. So looking forward to that.
Right. Thank you, everybody. I think we are all really excited for some warm weather, so that's great. Let's keep our fingers crossed for that. So right now I'm going to send it over to Jason, our communications director, and he is going to give us some information about how best to submit those photos for your alum and site supervisor nominations and some kind of like the lowdown on all things communications from the MCSC. So welcome, Jason.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. Can you see my screen there? I'm not usually doing it on Zoom. I usually do it in Teams.
I can see it, yes.
Okay, great. Well, I'm just going to give you some things we'd love to share and push to show the power of AmeriCorps. And I recognize a couple of your names and faces already because I've already told a couple of your stories, whether it be a member of the month or just the story we've done. So that's awesome. Glad to see that. And one major thing we got coming up is AmeriCorps Week. So thanks for everyone's hard work on that and kind of putting that together. It's always usually one of our best weeks on social media engagement. So I'm looking forward to that. So I always tell LeaderCorps members that the foundation really starts with your work and then your encouragement of all AmeriCorps members to get engaged. So I encourage you to push it as hard as you can with your fellow AmeriCorps members, and that kind of lays the foundation. And then, we can amplify and get other people involved to recognize all your service. So just, it's coming up. I know we're going to talk about it in a little bit. So just do the best you can in pushing fellow AmeriCorps members, and that'll lay the foundation, and we'll try to take it from there and push it to the moon and let everybody know about the service you do. Just one thing, just social media, we'll be getting a proclamation from the governor the week before that we'll put out there, just things like that. Anyways, we'll be looking to recognize your service. So just a couple of things we do for that. And I think Megan's going to talk to you a little more about that coming up, and looking forward to all those things. But yeah, we're always looking to show the AmeriCorps story. One way we do that is with photos. So we're always looking for good photos of your program. Anytime, in service, action shots are always best. Group shots, before and afters, just anything that you think can it's much easier to tell a story with a picture than with words. So anytime we can do that, we love to do it. You never know what's going to turn into either. That picture turned into the cover for the 30th anniversary cover for our Governor Service Awards. I just loved how it had the old logo, the new logo, and it was just so inviting. I said, that's got to be the cover. I don't like how we cropped out here on Pines in the shirt there. I could have kept that in there. But also us getting rid with the AmeriCorps and things like that. That was just perfect. So you never know what those photos can turn into. Could be something small on social media, could be something big that we use a variety for. So always looking for good photos to share, happy faces, people showing how awesome serving with AmeriCorps is, and you can just see it on their face how fun it is, or kids when you have permission to share those photos. That's always good. Those always make an impact. So always looking for good photos. You said we do a lot with them on social media. A lot of times we can get AmeriCorps to share those things. There's a great new blog they put up today about the AmeriCorps Urban Safety Program that AmeriCorps Nationals, they shared that info. We occasionally get the governor to share, things, and she's got a pretty big reach, so that's always good. So something little can turn into something pretty big, pretty quick, and we're always looking to do that. Also, always looking for any kind of stories we can push to show the AmeriCorps service. This story about AmeriCorps member went pretty widespread around touring rustic campgrounds across the state. It was pretty cool and got quite a bit of media coverage. So always looking for stories that we can push to media. There's just a few tips there, but we can always help with that. And we like to tell stories in a variety of ways too. This is Ernesto. I believe he is a LeaderCorps alum. Just happened to be at a meeting and heard about him. He has the flag, runs in the field with the flag for the Lions. And haven't talked to him about this year. He must have had a lot of fun this year. But I thought it was just a cool story. So it's just something that we kind of put together and shared, and people really liked it. So we're always looking for those type of stories. I think everybody who serves has got a good story of why they serve. Anybody that, you commit to a year of service, that's just like a huge commitment, and everybody's got a good story, I believe. So we're always looking for big and small stories of your service and your fellow members' service. This was another story. I actually had an AmeriCorps Vista member serving with us write this story. And at the end of the story about the Union County Land Bank, it said, oh yeah, he created this training video, like music video. And I was like, what? It was just a link at the bottom of the story. And I was like, what is this? And then he made it kind of like a parody video, music video, but it's also a training of how to use that tractor. And I said, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So we got the local newspaper involved and did a story on it. And it was just a lot of fun. And it just came from like one line at the bottom of the story. Said, we got to explore that. So anything neat like that or different or fun is always fun for me to share and push. So always looking for those type of things. We're working on an easier way to share these stories through America's Service Commissions. We are able to use this tool called Memory Fox, which is a way to collect stories, and we're actually in the process of setting this up for AmeriCorps Week to share some kind of just personal testimonial videos, kind of AmeriCorps 30th anniversary, AmeriCorps Week, just a few questions about your service that people can kind of upload videos of themselves or their fellow members, and then we can push out there. So we're in the process of setting that up. So that'll come during AmeriCorps Week, and we're hoping this will help us kind of have a central place, an easy place to share those stories. We've usually kind of been all over the place, whatever is convenient at the time. But I think this will help us create some campaigns to share those things. And here's just a few things about our social media and how you can get in touch with me. Some of our hashtags that we use. Always encourage everybody to, share with each other, comment, engage with each other on social media. That always helps give a boost. Any boost you can get will help the reach of other people seeing it. So we're always looking to push that. So there's just some info on that. So just a little snippet of what we do and what we want to share with you guys. So I'm looking forward to AmeriCorps Week and pushing some of these stories. So that's what I got. I'll hang around if anybody's got any questions, and I'll also hang around and hear a little more about AmeriCorps Week as well as we move forward here.
Thank you so much, Jason. Jason's also incredibly responsive. And so if you have questions about stuff, I'm sure he's going to be able to answer your questions pretty quickly. So we are excited for you guys to start sending us more photos and stories soon. I am going to go ahead and share my screen. One moment. Got to figure out how to get that out of here again. Hide presenter view. Sorry about that. Can you all see my screen now? Okay, excellent. Here are all of your beautiful faces. I hope that you guys are still looking at your visioning boards and working towards your both professional and personal goals. And today we are going to talk a little bit. We're going to ask each of you to do a really brief report out about what you did for MLK Day, and if anything was really impactful for you. We're going to go into the AmeriCorps Week discussion and talk a little bit about the stages of group development after that. And then we're going to give you guys some time to do some leadership group planning for your big presentation. So we just heard from Jason, but now I'm going to hand it over to Megan.
Hi, all. So normally we do the report out for MLK Day at the January retreat, but because we backed up the days that we had the retreat this year, MLK Day actually took place after. So we just wanted to open it up to you all to share if you participated in an MLK Day event, or have anything that you want to share related to how your group observed MLK Day. We would love to hear it. It is one of the national, excuse me, not sure where my voice is going. It is one of the national days of service, and one that the AmeriCorps agency kind of takes the lead on. And I know a lot of our programs do some really great things. So does anyone want to share? And go ahead and you can take yourself off mute. Or if you're in a place where you can't take yourself off mute, if you wanted to share anything in the chat, that would be fine as well.
I can go. For our MLK Day, we partnered with Corewell Health, which is just a big healthcare, not clinic, but hospital in the area. And we packed sack lunches for a kid's food basket.
Love it.
I think it was like 2,600 is what we did, or something like that.
And was that with one of the, do you know if it was with one of the mini grants through the Michigan Community Service Commission?
I have no
It's
idea.
okay if you don't know that.
Yeah. I think so, because the only, like, normally kids food basket, you go there to pack all the food, and we bought all the food in our space.
Okay.
So they did get a grant to buy the food because it was a lot. So I don't know though.
Thanks for sharing, Tegan. Anyone else?
For MLK Day, I did a food distribution, and it was at Dordt Financial, which is a hockey stadium down here in Flint. And it was really cool to just see how many people, from the Girl Scouts to regular volunteers to AmeriCorps, like how many people wanted to help distribute the food. And so all we did was package like rice and vegetables into these little bags, and then we packaged them into a box, and then the box went on the pallet. And so I think overall we got about 2,000 boxes out that day. And my favorite memory was when I was helping package, I had my Lions hat on, and the kid from across the stadium just randomly started screaming, "Go Lions!" and ran up to me and stuff. So it was like a really cool day for me.
Love it. That's great. Thank you. And Daniela shared in the chat, so I'll just read this. We had a local stone soup event that I was planning on going to with my local service members, but I got COVID from the LeaderCorps retreat. Oh no, I did not know that. So I unfortunately could not attend. Alternatively, I shoveled snow for some local elders. Oh my goodness, Daniela, I'm so sorry to hear that. But it sounds like you still found a way to get some service in. So I hope you're feeling better and well recovered now.
I am. No
Good.
worries.
Oh my goodness. And then Jason actually shared a link. So that's a good little promo. So the MCSC has some funds that we receive to support mini grants that anyone can apply for, anyone being qualifying organizations, but that also includes you all as AmeriCorps programs and members. This is a great way too to get some either grant writing or project planning experience. And Jason segued right into MLK Day is not the only opportunity that you have to do that, but Global Youth Service Day, which takes place, I think it's April 26th through 28th this year. We also offer mini grants for that. So we would love to see, and it's something you could do. You could work together with another program. You could do something on behalf of your program, obviously talk to your program directors before you do anything, but it really is, it's kind of a neat way to do something different and to gain some professional development and make a positive impact on your community. So Jason, do you have a sense of when those will open up and what the deadline will be?
Soon and soon.
Okay, fair enough. We will
You'll have
keep you
time. We'll
posted.
have time. There'll be extra time to put it in, but I'm hearing it's about ready. I just haven't heard when it's actually when I can push it out there. So probably, I'm guessing maybe, if not next week, the week after for sure.
Well, we will be letting both you and your program directors know when that becomes available. So anyone else want to share any MLK Day stories?
For MLK Day, we had like a resource fair type thing. We were partnering with Marathon and also the Climate Ready program that's also in our building. We had almost 180 volunteers, 146 residents come out. The Gleaners food distribution came out and gave out like almost 3,000 pounds of food.
Wow.
100 car safety kits, air filters, hats, gloves, coats, a bunch of stuff. We had fitness classes, healthy cooking classes. It was a lot.
Registered a lot of people for the healthy.
Yeah, we registered a lot of people 60 and older for our Healthy Older Adults programs, where they were to get things to keep them safe in their homes. So it was very successful.
And served food.
Yeah, and food. It was a lot of food.
Wow. That's awesome. Thank you both for sharing. Yeah. Amos and the other programs I think are also involved in that through the Wayne State University. You always do a big giant event, which is really amazing. Accomplished a lot.
Megan, I'll tell you what, I'm going to share this right now. I'll share the link to the Global Youth Service Day application. It's technically open, but it is a rough draft. But if people want to go in and look at it and get ready to answer the questions, I'll share that right now. But just for you guys, so this you guys are getting the first look at it, but don't this isn't finalized. So this is just kind of a rough draft for you guys to get started if you'd like to.
Fair enough. Thank you, Jason, for sharing. So you all get the sneak peek. There are a couple more messages in the chat. Kyra said, City Year had a few partners on MLK Day. I served with a local program, Kiwanis Sorting Books. And Isla said, we had a training on the racial justice competency model for all 3 of our health department cohorts. Great. Lots of good stuff. Janicia said, my site MCAN was closed, so I volunteered at the Allen Neighborhood Center in Lansing and helped extract seeds from native plants for their free seed library that they have for the public. Very cool. Allen Neighborhood Center is one of the Ingham County Health Department program sites. So love that. And Jess said Kyra had a cool shirt. A cool shirt at on MLK Day or cool shirt right now?
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay, love it. Anyone else before we move on?
Sure, I guess I can go real fast.
Okay.
One of the cool things, I was hoping to get some other members to come with me, but we had so many different events for people to choose from. Our program director kind of gave us sort of an email bomb of sorts with all sorts of different options for people. You know, and our program is unique because not really unique, but we have people all over the state. So it's kind of hard to do anything cohesive with groups of members just because of, you know, different service obligations and things of that nature. But for me personally, there's this local church that had this keynote speech there, kind of northeast side of Grand Rapids. And forgive me, I cannot remember this person's name who spoke, but it was really enlightening. It was kind of like a kind of quasi-religious service. It was like an interfaith sort of church service thing that they had at this beautiful, beautiful old church on the northeast side of town, and they had some representatives there from the Grand Rapids Community College and GVSU and Davenport. And there was a few students from there who received awards at the event. So it was pretty nice to see that and to kind of see the camaraderie around that. You know, but you know, one of our goals that I think I'm going to have for us next year is to maybe do something more cohesive for MLK Day with our Special Olympics program. So certainly we got plenty of time to have conversations about that, but that's just my own personal experience. We're still a very new program, so we're still kind of getting up and running and figuring out how we want to be more cohesive as a group. So
That's great, Austin. That's definitely something that a LeaderCorps member can help shape for both this year and next year. So thanks for sharing that. So it sounds like lots of great things happened. And again, just keep in mind Global Youth Service Day is right around the corner, but that could be a good opportunity. And, you know, if you do want to partner, that could be a fun way to connect a couple programs. And again, just make sure you have permission from your program director. So Elise, do you want to move on to the next slide? Maybe. All right. So I honestly can't remember how much we talked about the Russ Mobby signature service projects at retreat, but do want to start sharing information about it. I know we didn't have a lot to share if we did share. But we're going to be continuously over the next couple meetings sharing information. This is another place, just like AmeriCorps Week, where we really depend on you all to get your programs excited. So you will play an important role from that standpoint. And some of you may also be involved in planning of projects in different regions, depending on the planning process that's taking place. So just to give you a little background, the regional Russ Mobby signature service projects are projects that take place in different regions around Michigan and really focus on a day of service to a community with multiple programs working together. The projects all look different for each region, but they all highlight the importance of AmeriCorps and give members a chance to serve alongside members from other programs. And of course, the name Russ Mobby honors someone who played a really important role in shaping and actually the formation of the Michigan Community Service Commission, but also just a huge service leader in Michigan. So he passed away in 2017, but we actually started calling them the Russ Mobby Signature Service Projects prior to his passing, which is good. He got to experience that. He came out to several projects, but he actually he spent the majority of his career working for the W.K. Kellogg Foundation in Battle Creek, And he has just a really amazing life story. I'm going to share, actually, one of our program directors shared a link to an interview that he did. If you're curious more about his background, and just how he was raised, he worked really hard, moved up kind of professionally in the right way, started building that work ethic from the time he was a child. And then again, always made service and volunteerism a really key part of his life. And it's really great to be able to honor him. So in the summary, we're going to share just a little kind of paragraph about him that's a really, again, barely scratches the surface of all of the things he did. But then we'll also share that interview link as well, if you're curious and want to listen to more of that. So we started talking about the Russ Mobby projects with our program directors at our 2-day meeting with them earlier this month. And it looks like we'll be having 4 projects this year. One will be in Lansing on May 17th. One will be in Grand Rapids on May 17th. One will be in Grayling on May 17th. And then the Southeast one in Detroit will take place on May 18th. So all of them will occur either the 17th or the 18th, and the regions decided based on what worked best. I know not all of you may be happy. Some of you may have a preference for doing the 17th rather than the 18th, or vice versa. But ultimately your program directors make that decision collectively. So we'll share those dates. There's not a lot of detail right now, but I do think it's worth sharing those dates and just asking members to hold that on their calendar. And the other role that you can play is to start talking about, this is a really exciting opportunity. And then some of you may be asked to join in the planning meetings. And again, it just kind of depends. Each of the regions, the program directors take on that leadership. And we've asked them if it's possible to incorporate LeaderCorps members in the planning process. We've definitely encouraged them to do that. So we'll send out, again, some information, and then we'll continue to talk about it and bring more information into the fold as well. The other thing I'll mention too is some of you are part of local programs, some of you are part of statewide programs. It's completely at the discretion of program directors whether they, like, if you're part of a statewide program, if they want members to participate in the closest region to them, or if they prefer, regardless of where you are, then they would cover transportation costs for you all to go to one project. So it may be worth just checking in with your program director and talking about how you can jointly promote the Russ Mobby project and what that looks like. So any questions about that?
Megan,
Yeah.
also note that there's a good chance that either program officers like yourself and then folks like me will take the opportunity to be on site for those signature service projects.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Antoine. Yep. So we try as staff to have a presence with at least one commissioned staff member at each of those projects as well, which is really fun for us. So and most of the sites also do t-shirts. And I should say too, we as the commission provide project funding to help support the cost of these grants, or the cost of these projects through mini grants. Anything else? All right, I will turn it back over to Elise.
And these are all of or not all, some of our LeaderCorps members that all got together at last year's event. And it was really fun for them to see each other in person again. So something to look forward to. So next we're going to discuss AmeriCorps Week, which is coming up March 10th through 16th. So AmeriCorps Week is the week that we recognize all of the millions of Americans who have chosen to serve their country through AmeriCorps and AmeriCorps seniors. And we're encouraging other people to do the same. This year's theme is AmeriCorps is not a moment, it's a movement. And we're also going to be celebrating the 30th anniversary of AmeriCorps throughout the week. So every month during this last year, from I think it's like September through September, we're going to be celebrating something exciting to celebrate the 30th anniversary of AmeriCorps. So what we want to do is we want to recognize and promote AmeriCorps as a household name. What's one way we can do that? We can say thank you. Thank you to some of our fellow members, our site supervisors, the people that we serve. Share videos, photos, posts on your social media. Ask your program social media manager to share these photos and promote AmeriCorps Week. Use the hashtags AmeriThanks and AmeriCorps Week and MIAC Week, and tag at AmeriCorps on all of your different platforms that you have. And I know that there are more than I probably even know about at this point. So please share away. Ask your program director if they're hosting any sort of a thank you celebration for alum and members during this week. Share the impact that you're making. Use all of your channels to share your story. Share any facts or statistics that maybe your program has. We have the Michigan National Service Report, which has some really nice graphics in there and also some really great data. So you can use some of those graphics as well. And I'll link to that in the summary. We also want to engage people and not just tell people about it. We want to engage them in AmeriCorps. So what is something that we can do? We can host an honorary AmeriCorps for a day. So you can maybe invite an elected official or community leader like a mayor or a city manager, and they can become an honorary AmeriCorps member for the day. And that would look like them coming to visit your site or them coming to shadow you for a couple hours. But then we want to participate in Elected Officials Day, which is also formally known as Mayor's Day on March 12th. So this is a great opportunity to do some elected official engagement and tell them about why AmeriCorps is important to them and their community. They want to know what impact it's having in their communities. So give them all of your stories that you have and share with them how important AmeriCorps is. Again, the goal is to raise awareness of AmeriCorps and ask them to maybe, I don't know, like a mayor, they could have a local proclamation that says like, this is AmeriCorps Week, and then ask them to post things on their social media as well, because they have a pretty far reach if they're a local official. And again, see if they want to become an honorary AmeriCorps for a day. And if they do, please let us know. We'd be happy to help facilitate that, and we're happy to share photos as well. And then also we want to participate in the Day of the A, which is March 14th, where you will all be wearing your A. So if you have any extra stickers or something that you want to pass out and have other people wear those, that's a great option too, to engage people. There is an AmeriCorps agency toolkit, and we'll provide that link, but it's here in the PowerPoint as well, which is posted. And this has a whole bunch of social media shareables, ideas for engaging people in AmeriCorps for a day. And again, sample proclamations, anything to make it so easy for you to get that word out. And then, so we have our AmeriCorps toolkit as well. And, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we have our AmeriCorps toolkit as well, which on the MCSC side. And this will promote all of our social media campaign and all of the shareables that we have, including the You Got Served cards. And then the, again, back to the AmeriCorps 30th anniversary. We want to continue to celebrate the 30th anniversary. So on that toolkit, you will notice a ton of information about the 30th anniversary. This month's theme, February's theme, is Healthy Futures, and they have options for you to share information about like Healthy Futures or just AmeriCorps' 30th anniversary in general. And then for us on our 30th anniversary, what we're doing for the 30th anniversary at the Michigan Community Service Commission is we are encouraging all of you to submit a short little video, and encourage your members to do so, your fellow cohort members to do so as well. And it's just like a short little video. I'll link to the instructions that we need, and you'll send it to Jason. And anybody who submits a short video will be entered to win an AmeriCorps prize package. Woo! But you'll also be featured on our social media. So I highly encourage you to do that and encourage your cohort to do so as well. So some of the things that, again, on our toolkit is our social media theme days, which we will go over, but you guys decided these at the retreat. And then we're going to be doing program spotlights. So every program is going to be featured on our social media. And then the You Got Served, which we talked a little bit about at the retreat, which I'll get into a little bit more now. So we have the instructions and the cards for you guys. And then we have talking points for you and your program members so that it's really easy for them to participate as well. More information on AmeriCorps for a day and some general outreach. So our social media theme days. Sunday we decided was Self-Care Sunday. Monday was Mental Health Monday. Tuesday was Timeline Tuesday. Wednesday was Wins Wednesday. Thursday is the Day of the E. Friday is Future Forward Friday. And a day we want to focus on bringing in our alum and recognizing them. And then Saturday is Soundtrack Saturday. So remember those as you're posting on your own social media, and then share those also with your program's communications team so that they can participate as well. Next are program spotlights. So like I had mentioned, throughout the week, we're going to spotlight different programs on our social media. So we are always asking for more photos. I know your programs are going to be submitting these and some summaries, but it'll be really great if we can have, again, action shots of you guys serving in action. Next is that You Got Served initiative. So this was created by Megan, like Megan said at the retreat, members in Michigan as a way to recognize and say thank you to others. And so we're encouraging all of you to perform random acts of kindness. And this helps spread the word about AmeriCorps as you're doing it. Make sure to use the hashtags MIAC Week, AmeriThanks, and AmeriCorps Week. And some of the things that we had mentioned that you could do are like some low cost options, which are like providing that little gas card, or you could be doing something small, like even purchasing cookies for somebody. Some no cost options, you can make those cookies. You could shovel somebody's driveway and then leave this little card. These are all on our Basecamp group, including the instructions. So what it just says, like, cut out these cards. These are the instructions right here. And then you want to make sure that you just spread the word about your program in AmeriCorps. So on March 10th through 16th, I want you all to screenshot this, think about this. What are you going to be doing to engage your team in this year's AmeriCorps Week? How are you personally going to participate? And then what is one goal related to AmeriCorps Week that you can set for yourself to accomplish by next week? Make sure to schedule time to talk to your program director about how you guys can work together to promote and engage the 2024 AmeriCorps Week and AmeriCorps' 30th anniversary. So think about those right now, set some personal goals, and start thinking of ways that you guys can rally your team to get excited about it as well. Okay, next we're going to dive into some leadership training. We're going to be, but before that, I want to talk briefly about the member experience survey. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Thank you to all of those who have administered the survey and shared the results with us at the retreat. If you still haven't had a chance to send that out, that's okay, but work with your program director to send it out and share those results with us. So we shared the results that you all shared with us at our program director retreat a couple weeks ago, and we shared your positives and your deltas and some ways that we thought that you guys would like to see change. So we gave your program directors some time to come up with a plan to implement some changes and improve the member experience. So I would encourage you to meet with your program director to discuss their plans to address some of the concerns that your members had addressed in the survey and how you can help them achieve that change. So as a reminder, during the LeaderCorps retreat, you all came up with ideas like you guys were going to start hosting virtual happy hours, organizing events to get together with members from programs regionally. You guys were going to ask to give a report out during your monthly meetings and ask for some sort of a group training so you guys can understand better about what one another does in different programs. You also had committed to saying that you would want to help your program directors draft position descriptions and interview questions so that there'd be a lot more clarity on the roles. And then also help them develop any sort of training for host sites. And you guys were all hoping to create some of those legacy binders for new members. And then we told your PDs how important it is that they listen to these results. And so during the PD retreat, some of the ideas that they came up with to implement change were many programs said that they were going to start doing a lot more host site compliance and training. They wanted to bring you in on drafting those position descriptions and interview questions, helping make sure that those expectations are clear for future members. And they're also committed to working with you in creating more positive connections across programs. So reach out to them, see where they are in the planning process, see how you can help. These survey results are incredibly important for us to improve AmeriCorps and make AmeriCorps the best experience it can be. Then what did we learn from the retreat evaluation survey? So thank you all to those who provided some feedback on the retreat. Some of our takeaways were that you guys would like more time at Crystal Mountain for some specific activities. You want more information about the retreat before coming, fewer icebreakers, no real colors training, keep the visioning workshop, and most of you all said that the food and accommodations were great. So thank you for all of that. We take all of those responses really seriously as we plan for LeaderCorps in the future. All right, now we will dive into our stages of group development. So I will not go through all of the data here and all of the details here, but understanding that members go through all of these stages individually as well as a group during their time of service is really important. There's going to be like an ebb and flow. There's 5 stages that all of the teams are going to go through: forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. So we will start here they are: forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. And like I said, you can bounce around back and forth, but essentially these are the 5 structured stages. We'll start with forming. This is the polite stage. So when you're forming, your team acquaints themselves with members. Members are strangers still. People are feeling anxious and excited. Everyone is exploring and learning about one another. You're learning what to do in your current position too, and how to do it. So it's almost like this fake sense of harmony, and nobody wants conflict. So it's really important for you as a leader during this forming stage to show where things are going. Help your group have a vision and share that vision with the group. Some other tips: you might want to get involved and have your voice known. Set yourself up right away as a leader, smile, and really make sure to be committed to having a really positive experience for your year. And know that every program sometimes has members start all at once. Some programs have members that have started at the beginning and then join halfway through. So like making yourself known as somebody to come to is going to be really important during this forming stage. Again, smile and laugh, be yourself, start a journal. This one's really important. I would do that now if you haven't already, about some of the things that you're frustrated about, some of the things that you've noticed, some of the things that have been fantastic. Write all of those down. Storming. Many of you guys are starting to see that your team is entering this phase right now. The purpose of what you're doing in your AmeriCorps service is becoming a little bit more clear, and there might be a little bit more resistance to that. So people are voicing their opinions a lot more. There's also a lot of concerns about hierarchy with site supervisors, program staff, because it's not necessarily clear still at this point. Members are communicating their feelings, but you're still all seeing yourselves as individuals rather than a team. And a lot of times members will resist control by leaders, even you, your site supervisor, program director. They're coming out of that honeymoon phase of like, I'm joining AmeriCorps to save the world. And they're like, oh, this is like reality. And this is actually what I'm doing. And it's really heavy and it's hard. It's really important during the storming phase as a leader to clarify why you're doing this, remind people why they are doing this, why they committed to doing this year of service, and encourage people to communicate their feelings. Also help, again, repeat that goal of what you have as a team, not necessarily your goal. Like I joined so I could get professional development, like your team goal. What is that team goal? You all need commitment and buy-in to get out of this stage. So this will help resolve issues in the future. If you are providing status updates like, oh, Russ Mobby is coming up and this is what it is, and this is how we're gonna do it, or this is like, it doesn't necessarily have to be Russ Mobby, but like anything that your team is working on. So again, as a leader, be a motivator, listen to others with their frustrations, lean back on that leadership training that you have had in your past, and do the outreach efforts again to commit to having a positive year and all achieving your group goals. Next, so yes, again, here, this is what you want to do: build, bridge, and understand. And again, continue writing down in your journal some of those things that you are experiencing and the frustrations others are experiencing too, so that you can circle back on those after. Next is norming. This is a better stage. You come out of the storming stage and you're now starting to feel like you're part of a team, and you realize that you can achieve some really great things if you work together as a group, and the team is starting to understand other people's viewpoints, and they're not putting up this resistance. People now have a better understanding of the culture of AmeriCorps, what their program, their service site, their host sites, their the people that they're serving, they're understanding all of that. So they're now getting into their groove. There's still some conflict. It's not to say that you come out of storming and everything's, peachy. No, you still want to try to do your best. And this is progress moving through, and it's okay for there to be conflict. And I think some people realize that in this norming phase, that like conflict is actually good, because you're starting to feel more comfortable with, I guess, challenging one another in order to get to that group goal, versus challenging one another for personal goals. As a leader in this stage, you need to step up and show how the group can get to that goal. So you've reiterated over and over about what that goal is. Now, how are you going to get there? Continue to just be yourself, and present yourself as a LeaderCorps representative and as a leader to them. They're going to see you as somebody who's a collaborator and someone to come to and to support one another through this process. So again, make sure that you are empathetic and you are supportive, and that you are listening. So next, oh, I'm sorry, yes. I've been just forgetting to push tab. I'm sorry, everyone. These will all be posted on the Basecamp if you need to come back to these. Okay, the next stage is performing. So the team is working in an open and trusting atmosphere in this stage. So flexibility is going to be key. Hierarchy is of little importance anymore. You figured out who your leaders are. They figured out who the program director is, what power they hold. So again, they're really leaning in on that teamwork and performance and getting things done. There is respect again for that conflict, and people are going to look to the leader to clarify during that conflict and to delegate tasks. So even though your roles and responsibilities might be a lot more clear, there will still be some, I guess, conflict on like, again, how can we progress to that shared goal? So members have hit their stride. They are comfortable, able to excel. They're now taking additional professional development opportunities. They're deepening the skills for themselves because they feel that they have the opportunity to do that because the team is performing so well. So some tips: continue learning and growing and being that positive force, and journal. Next is adjourning. And this one is tough because you are going to be moving through these stages with people coming in and out and leaving. So it's almost like this adjourning stage is kind of just toward the end of your service, despite your team continuing on potentially if everybody's not ending at the same time. So keep that in mind as you go through the adjourning stage, is that this might be adjourning for you, but your team as a whole might not be adjourning with their shared goal and vision. So the end is near. You're completing your assessments and you're getting looking forward to your next steps, to transitioning of roles, to understanding how much of an impact your team has made and whether you guys did reach that goal. You're recognizing one another and one another's contributions. Use that journaling that you did throughout this entire time to put it on your resume. Think about your next steps as a person and your next steps as a team, and how can you help the next team coming in slide right past that storming stage if possible. Make sure you're continually working toward trust and openness, commitment, and accountability, and keep that attention to details. I heard this once in one of the trainings that I went to, and it was saying it's almost like cave, when you're going through a cave and you're climbing through it, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you don't want to rush to it. You have to still be very careful because every rock is, still a little, I guess, unsteady. So make sure you're not rushing toward the end, but really taking your time and being intentional. So again, not all of the teams are going to be going through these in this correct order, or through, you can spend a lot of time in storming. You might spend a little bit of time in performing. So there's no like prescription on how to do this. But all of the LeaderCorps members should take these and some of these tips in order to make your team. Sorry, does someone have a question? No.
I just muted somebody.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So yes, make sure that you as a leader are taking the time to educate yourself on how to be a good leader during each of these phases. Again, you've all started at different times, so I would assume most of you are in storming, but you guys might not be right now. So think about what your team needs, journal, hold yourself accountable and your team accountable. Be that person that they can come to as they are working through some of these issues. So now I will turn it over to Antoine to do some leadership team planning time.
All right, thanks, Elise. So that takes us to this form, this virtual event planning form. you wanted them to fill this out now, you know, in their personal spaces before they go into their groups?
Oh, no, so this is, I just need one of these from each group.
Okay.
And then once it's all planned, send that to me, but definitely I need at least 2 weeks before your presentation to have this.
Yep. So we're going to thus go into breakout sessions for each of the different groups: self-care, Jedi/social justice, and professional development. And going to give you some time to talk about this form as well as any plans that you guys have made in doing your project. And then we're going to reconvene in about 25, 30 minutes and give you each of the groups a chance to report out. So Megan, do you have the breakout room set up yet? Or sorry, can you set them up?
I
Sorry.
don't, but I can.
Sorry.
So we
I'm
need
setting them up right now.
Oh, you
Oh,
got them,
okay.
Elise?
At least you
Okay.
got it. Okay. Sorry.
All good.
So we have Jedi professional development.
And self-care.
Okay.
Where do we find that link again? I mean, that form, yeah.
So that's going to be in Basecamp under.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Are you guys able to see the room pop up?
Yeah, it should say join at base camp, a breakout room at the bottom of your screen. Just click on
And
that.
let us know if you need us to manually assign you to yours.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm in the professional development group.
Okay.
I haven't
Okay.
seen
Sorry, I muted. Mine is self-care. I might need somebody to manually assign
Yep.
it.
Austin, I got you. Self-care.
Yeah. There we go.
Kyra, your self-care?
So the professional development.
Oh, professional development. Sorry. Okay.
Thank you.
Jess, do you need, oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, it just popped up at the bottom, very small. I just happened to see it. It expands once you touch it.
I don't know about Shanavia, Maddie, and I don't know who the Samsung is.
Do you remember which ones they were a part of?
I do
I'm
not.
a part of professional development.
That's
Okay.
Maddie. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming the
Okay.
Samsung is Lillian.
I'm in the self-care. My computer is acting crazy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, Shanavia, you're in self-care.
Yes.
And Lillian. Do you remember where you were?
I cannot hear her.
Can't hear you.
Jedi? No. Professional development? Self-care? No.
Just give us a thumbs up. So go start over. Give us a thumbs up.
Jedi? Self-care? She can't hear.
I wonder if Shanavia, they're together, if Shanavia can ask if we
Or
can
no,
message.
Jakara.
Or Jakara, that's right.
She might have left the room. I don't know. She's going to find her.
I'm gonna pause the recording.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, perfect. So we're going to do a couple minute report out from each of you. So which group would like to go first? We just need one representative.
We can go first.
Isla, please.
So we're in the project or not project development, professional development group. We kind of tried to narrow down the date that we want to set it for April 10th, probably from like 2 to 4 p.m. and we figured out a little bit more about how we wanted to kind of work with the speakers in the breakout rooms and setting more of a agenda to be able to present to the panelists that we're trying to get.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Isla. Next group, volunteer.
I can go. Our group just kind of talked about like our ideas for presenting. Since we really didn't have our notes, we scheduled the day last time and everything. And then we found a meeting time for next week so we can go more in depth into things.
What is your date again that you plan on presenting?
We thought we put it in our note, like in our calendars, and none of us wrote it down. So
okay.
Hopefully she
Either the
responds. I think
last,
it was
yeah, I think first week of April.
Yeah,
is
it's
what
like
we were-
it's around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were thinking last week of March or first week of April, but Lillian made it clear. And then we remembered she said that at the retreat as well, that Easter Sunday that wouldn't
Yep.
work for her. So we're thinking
Yep.
first week of April.
Okay. All righty. Thank you, Tegan and Daniela. Last group would be Jedi, social justice.
That was Tegan and I.
Oh, that was you were Jedi, so self-care.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. Self-care, sorry.
Okay, so we kind of discussed a few things. We sort of recapped some of the things that we talked about at the retreat, sort of how we sort of want this event to kind of pan out. We do have a date. It's going to be April 9th. So day before professional development. We're gonna find some time. We had a person who was not here today as part of our group. So we're hopefully going to get that individual involved and be able to do another meeting to kind of discuss things. Alvin created a really cool survey. And so basically kind of the way that we're thinking about structuring it is we're not going to have any professionals coming in. We're going to do the presentation ourselves. And each one of us is going to present for about 8 to 10 minutes on an aspect of self-care that's important to us. And it's going to be an opportunity for us to tell our own story, just to kind of give people an idea of sort of what works for us and kind of get their minds going in terms of, and get them thinking, oh, this worked for Austin, but maybe this other thing worked for Shanavia. And so we're kind of thinking in terms of that, of something like that. And then we're going to do 3 of them. And then we're going to administer the survey. So we're just going to have them get a pen and paper out. We'll have the questions up on the screen, and we'll just kind of have them sort of kind of share out. Not really share out necessarily. They don't have to share their answers with us if they don't want to. But just kind of give them 5 minutes to sort of kind of get thinking a little bit. And then we're going to do our 3 other presenters from our group. And then we're hopefully going to kind of work in some Q&A time, maybe some time for people to kind of share some of their answers to their survey and kind of elaborate a little bit more if they feel comfortable and want to do that. We're not going to force anybody to share. But that's kind of the structure that we're thinking about. We still need to kind of figure out an exact time that we want to do it during the day and some other logistics. We're off to a really, really good start. Sorry if that was a little bit long.
Oh, that was perfect. Thank you so much, Austin. Thank you all for presenting to the group. That takes us from report outs to we're close to finishing up. So I'm going to turn things back over to Elise to do other announcements, questions, and getting us set for the next meeting.
All right, thanks, Antoine. A couple of announcements. So there is an AmeriCorps alums virtual networking event on March 15th at 4 o'clock. So join America Service Commission and Service Year Alliance in this networking event. So you'll get to hear a panel of alums from AmeriCorps and AmeriCorps seniors who have served in each one of the decades of that AmeriCorps has been in existence. And then you can join a breakout room and you can connect with these people. So space is limited, so sign up now. I'll put that link in the summary as well. We also want you to share your service stories. So we have a big conference coming up in April where all of the commissions get together from all of the states to discuss their AmeriCorps experience and training and everything. And we would love, and they feature like little stories and videos during the conference, and we would love for Michigan to be highlighted and recognized. So if you have a chance, please send us a video at the link again in the summary that shares your AmeriCorps experience, and then you guys will be featured in front of everyone. Consider signing up for Service Year Alliance. This is where you can join your AmeriCorps alums after. And this is like the official AmeriCorps alums, where people from all over the United States get, join together, and you can get access to certain events and get-togethers. There's discounts available, so consider joining that. Also, if you haven't already done so, please register for the Michigan AmeriCorps LinkedIn account and encourage your members to do so also. Please try and track who has joined and who has not. And if you are getting any resistance, please send us an email letting us know why your members are not joining the LinkedIn group. That way that we can pass along that information. Please remember to sign up for website spotlights. That link also in Basecamp. You have to submit a alum nomination and a site supervisor nomination. Thank you to those of you who have already signed up and submitted those. We have where you're going to start seeing those on our social media and our website. And that is a requirement of this. You'll also have to provide a great story and some outreach presentations, which would be great to do during AmeriCorps week. So 2 presentations out in the community about your program, AmeriCorps. There's a template with a presentation in there that you can just use. But that is everything I think I have. Our next meeting is March 21st, virtual, from 1 until 3. And yeah, any other questions or announcements from the group?
Isla raised her hand.
Oh, yes, Isla.
Yeah. Are we doing for the spotlights? Is it 2 people per month, like 2 supervisors, 2 members per month?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you have to do 1 supervisor.
I know, but like, is it like 1 person doing it for, and then like, are there 2 LeaderCorps members submitting a person each per month? Because it looks like we each signed up for like, there's like 2 people in each slot
Yes.
on the sign up sheet. I don't know.
So
if
you'll
messed it
sign up on when they're due, but we won't necessarily use them in that order. So,
Okay.
but yes, 2 people will be signing up for March. 2 people will be signing up for
Okay.
April. 2 people. That's it. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Elise, do we still do, forgive me if I don't know this, but do we still do 2, because we used to do 2 site supervisor spotlights each month, or do we just do 1, 1, and 1? now?
Right now we're only doing 1, 1, and 1, but ideally we're going to get back to that 2 site supervisors a month. So
No, that makes sense.
yes. Thank you for clarifying.
And just a quick follow-up from Elise mentioned earlier about action shots. Jason, when he was on the call, mentioned the pictures, and I'm going to mention it too. I've developed stuff via Canva, posters for different programs. And some of my program pictures still have masks. I know COVID's still out there, but we want to see the bright, shining faces of AmeriCorps members and doing action shots and whatnot in the programs. So if I still have mass shots from 2020, 2021, we're hoping to update that so that it's a little bit more current. So if you have action pictures from even the past few months that you've been in action, send them my way so that we can update some of those posters and flyers for when I do tabling events, because it's helpful to have current stuff for when I'm at those events. So that's it for me, Elise. Sorry.
No, that's great. Thank you. Does anybody else? Oh, it looks like Tyrone. You were on mute.
Okay, the question on the LinkedIn,
Yeah.
the complaint I had is that when you go to LinkedIn, next thing you know, they want to give you 15,000 job applications. And, you know, even though you may go on to unsubscribe, the next thing you know, they come and somebody else is sending you, do you want to work for us? And that's the biggest complaint. People don't want to necessarily continue to get that stuff.
Okay, no, that's really good feedback to have. Thank you. We're trying to compile all of that. We don't know what our solution would be in place of LinkedIn, but that's really good information so that we can pass that to our leadership.
And just so you know, our group is closed. So I are one of few people that have access to admit new members. So typically when you get something from me, it's a job relevant to, you know, our group, or someone from an alum that has a new connection. They're hiring somebody that's you know, about to finish their AmeriCorps service. So I do get some random stuff and I just delete it or ignore it. And but as far as our group goes, the Michigan AmeriCorps Alum Network, it's a pretty refined process of what you get posted from us.
Okay.
And I saw Jakara had her hand up.
Jakara wants to know. I want to know. This is Lillian.
Okay.
Remember, okay, this is the end, and I know everybody got all their really important stuff out. So now I want to know who kissed the alligator.
Yes.
I said in the note earlier in the chat earlier, it was a stingray and it was me.
You kissed the stingray.
Yep, and I will see if I can post the
Who was on the magazine cover?
that was David Nelson.
And there was some other questions. What was it? That was so important. I can't remember. Well, did you put one in for yourself, Megan?
I was the stingray.
Okay. Who else? Just start naming what you did. Austin, what did you do?
I don't remember. Was this something we talked about at the retreat?
Yeah.
It was
I'll
the
try
random fact.
I'll try to post.
Oh,
His
I
was
know
the
what.
sports one. I mean, his was the game, the baseball thing.
Oh yeah, he announced at the NCAA soccer tournament.
Yeah, it was just one tournament game. I do the public address announcing for the Western Michigan University and their soccer programs. So, yep.
Okay, Tia, what did you do? Just do like this then.
Mine was that I served Governor Whitmer at the restaurant a couple times.
What'd you do, Antoine?
I cannot snap my fingers normally.
Oh, that's so sad. What you do there, Kyra?
I had a porch. I had a painting that was in the gallery, and I was.
Okay.
I can't tie my shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were kissing. Okay, who else on here? Jakara, what did you do, man? You know what I did. No, but they don't.
I was the makeup artist.
Cynthia, you still on?
Cynthia.
You can't hear?
Yes. I think we all remember mine.
Cynthia?
Yes.
What you do?
She was in the Tom Thumb wedding.
Says Shanavia now.
She's switched to Shanavia.
I said I was in Glee Club, on the Honor Society, and in band or something.
Okay. All right. Just want to jump in.
What you do?
Me? I was in a singing group. Uh-huh. That was me. Yes, that's everybody. If not, oh, I know. Is he still on there? Masai?
It looks like he hopped off.
Tyler, what did you do? You did something.
Yeah, I was what did I put? Was I the burrito? I can wrap the perfect burrito. Is that what I put?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I have 3 years of Taco Bell experience, so I could wrap a pretty mean burrito.
Ayla?
I have 6 siblings.
Okay. It was something else unique about that, but I remember that. The 6. I guess that's everybody. Huh? Okay. My curiosity has been sated.
Well, that was fun to relive that. Thank you, Lillian. All right. Well, I will see all of you on March 21st. Yeah, we'll see each other chatting away on base camp as well.
Yeah.
So have a good one.
Have a good one.